We'll be right back.
Every day our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics.
Nobody's ambition is what the blood.
I have fought very firmly.
Natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is ATN Politics. And we're moving on to our next issue, and I'm discussing, we're looking at this issue alongside Mr. Maxwell Soundu. Mr. Maxwell Soundu is a political analyst. We're moving on to Osun leverage on the weaknesses of APC. Okowa tells the People's Democratic Party. The vice presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party and Delta State Governor Ifeanyi Okowa has advised the party and stakeholders to take advantage of the disarray of the All Progressive Congress in Osun State in order to win the forthcoming governorship election. He gave the advice or the charge during the inauguration ceremony of the Osun National Governorship Campaign Council of the PDP at the headquarters in Abuja. The Delta State Governor stated that Osun State certainly was a PDP state. He further stated that he would be joining the campaign to ensure that the party had victory alongside the presidential candidate party, Atiku Abubakar, in the election. This is what he said. He said, for the information that we have, the APC is already in disarray in the state, but that is not enough for us to go to sleep. We are very much aware of the event that took place 4 years ago. There is no doubt that the PDP won the election, but unfortunately, we were cheated out of the election. As we move into another election, we are confident that if all of us stay committed to the party, that we will be able to deliver the victory for our party. I believe with the caliber of people that have been selected to steer this campaign organization, I have no doubt that you will give us the desired result. I also want to advise you to use that opportunity to engage the stakeholders in Osun. Go to every corner. We have a very popular candidate in Osun, and we have no reason not to win the election. If it is possible, break yourself into smaller committees to reach out to all as sundry. Just make sure you give all it takes to win the election. Well, the campaign council constitutes of 121 man, and of course they will be going there to support the party and galvanize support for the party ahead of the election come next week, Saturday, upper Saturday. Well, let's check if our guest is online so that we can get his take on the thought, get his take on this issue. Hello, Mr. Maxwell. Hello, Mr. Maxwell. Difficulty getting him on board, but of course you would realize that of course the People's Democratic Party is going all out to Osun to ensure that of course what happens in 2018 does not repeat itself again. The party believes that actually they won the election in 2018, but of course they were cheated. That is what the vice presidential candidate of the party is saying. And of course he's saying this time around they will be going there all out. He will be there to ensure that of course he joined the campaign and to make sure that the popularity of their candidate is leveraged upon to win the election. You will agree with me that of course Adeleke, Senator Adeleke is a very popular, is a household name in Osun State, and of course he will also be testing the popularity in this election. He tested it in 2018, even though he made some gains, but of course at the end of the day the Independent National Electoral Commission announced the candidates of the All Progressive Congress having scored the highest vote. But of course many would always say that of course that election was manipulated, but of course for us we would go by the declaration of the umpire of the election. And the PDP is also saying the division between the APC, currently there is a great division between the APC. The governor and his predecessor are not on the same page. The governor and his predecessor have been at loggerhead, and of course he would definitely need the support of his predecessor to ensure that he keeps the PDP on check. But of course you recall that the APC chairman, while constituting the campaign council for the All Progressive Congress, charged them to ensure that they unite everyone in the party to also see that the state is not taken away from the All Progressive Congress. But of course, how far will that go? That is what we do not know, because if they don't really settle themselves before the election, if they don't settle themselves, the PDP might just be taking over. But let's hold on and see if our guest is online, is back online. Hello, Mr. Maxwell. Hello, Mr. Maxwell. He is not yet online. But of course, let's look at the impact of Okoa in the presence of Okoa in Osun State. What difference will it make? Of course, it will definitely make a lot of difference. When you see the way the People's Democratic Party is handling the Osun election, it is quite a far departure from the way they actually handled the Ekiti election, which they came the third position in the race. The Ekiti election is quite different. They are treating the Osun election, they're going all out to ensure that of course they get a victory, because just as the All Progressive Congress, what happens in Osun, because Osun is the last election that would happen before the presidential election come, the off-season election, a major off-season election that would happen before the 2023 election. So let's see if they would leverage on these, shut themselves into 2023, the general election. Well, let's go on a short break. When we return, we will continue the discussion and also look at the last issue. Please don't go anywhere.
Every day our lives are changed by history.
We are one people.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is ATN Politics, and I've been speaking with Mr. Maxwell. Mr. Maxwell, you're welcome back.
Thank you.
Well, okay, before we move into the next issue, let me just get your take on the Osun election. You know, Okowa is saying it itself again.
Okay, please permit me to speak without my video on because of the rain is disrupting. Mr. Adeleke, if I might get the question right?
Yes.
He was actually looking at the wrong angle then. And I think even at the moment, the comment he made recently that because in the last election, what happened was that what they were sharing in the feed supersede what he was dishing out. So this time around, he said he came back very busted the naira that he will be giving out. Then, put his thumb on his his own logo, that it's not just naira that the person will end up getting, that the person will get probably dollar, pound sterling, or euro. So
hello, Mr. Maxwell.
Still looking at the wrong direction.
Hello, Mr. Maxwell.
I think.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
I am talking about the statement from the vice presidential candidate, Mr. Okowa, saying he will be in Osun himself to ensure that the campaign goes as planned.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes, that's a good one. That's to give the people the sense of belonging. That's to give the governor the hope and the backing of the national secretariat that the people are within. But on a serious note, APC has the election to lose, while the PDP and other parties are actually coming to gain victory, because the power in their hands.
Well, we seems to be having issues with your connection. If you don't mind, please, can you reconnect so that well, thank you. Let's get to the last issue on our lineup today. Towards 2023 election, vote APC to save Nigeria. A chieftain of the All Progressive Congress, APC, Adeshina Agbe Tokun, has urged Nigerians to vote for his party as presidential candidate, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, in the next year's general election to save the country from collapse. He said Asiwaju Tinubu is the best current state of economic decay and helplessness. Well, he added that Nigeria needs a brilliant humanitarian and generous politicians like Tinubu at this point to save it from the state of economic decay. The APC chieftain said he has been looking for a credible and competent presidential candidate who could make a difference at the national level over the years. Well, at this point, many Nigerians will begin to wonder if he has been looking for a credible candidate and the APC has been in power. Well, let's move on. He said those who were elected to govern the country in the past performed below expectation and thereby disappointed Nigeria. He added that he is convinced that going by what Tinubu was able to achieve in Lagos as governor, if he is allowed to become the next president of Nigeria, he would surely perform even better than what he did in Lagos State. Well, we'll put it a hold on here and let's look at what he is trying to say. Well, he is saying that, of course, the APC, Tinubu needs to be voted so that he will save Nigeria from an imminent collapse. One will begin to wonder if the APC has been in power for over 7 years and Nigeria has still been in disarray. Why should they, what reason should they rely on to, still support the party? Of course, he has admitted, this is an admission to the fact that, of course, the ruling party has failed. Because if the economy is still in decay after 7 years of government of the All Progressive, affect a lot of change. But of course, the country seems to be going the other way around. Things seem to be getting worse. Economy, unemployment, security, all indices of development seems not to be in favor of Nigeria, seems not to be in favor of the ordinary Nigeria, which he has admitted. And of course, you begin to wonder if things are not, Nigerians are not benefiting from the government of APC, why should they now still go ahead to support the party? He has actually admitted that the party, that Nigeria is not in another opportunity in 2019. And of course, things are not really getting better in any respect from what he is saying. But of course, I want to believe that many followers of All Progressive Congress would differ from his position, because going by what he is saying is through their social investment program. And they will also point to you many roads, many rails, or they change the narrative and the campaign promises which they